Hi everyone, my name is Phoebe. Welcome to my channel. So I am a freelance bridal makeup artist, and today I thought that I would just do a little video basically talking about sanitizing your kit, yourself, your tools, everything that goes into makeup, how to keep it clean. So it basically is what your makeup artist should be doing and what you should be doing as a makeup artist in terms of keeping your kit and yourself sanitized. Okay, so I'm basically just going to jump into it. So to start off with, the obvious one would be to clean your hands. Obviously we want to keep our hands clean. We're going to be touching tools, we're going to be picking up products. Some products may be creams that we might need to apply with our fingers, so we do want to keep ourselves clean. So your makeup artist should always sanitize and clean their hands before they go anywhere near your face or do your makeup. So because of this, I always keep a hand sanitizer in my kit, as well as alcohol wipes and things like that, just to make sure myself is clean. Alongside this, it just came into my head, it will be things like putting your hair up when you do someone's makeup. You want to make sure that your makeup artist has their hair up. It can fall into your face, hairs naturally fall out, they can fall into product. Again, it is just so much cleaner for your makeup artist just to pop their hair up just while they're doing your makeup. Number two is a obvious one. It works as being a makeup artist, but it also works for if you've got your makeup kit at home for yourself, your own personal kit, but it is keeping your brushes clean. So when it comes to brushes, you want to make sure that your makeup artist is using a clean set per person. I would never use a brush that I've used on someone else on another client afterwards, so if it hasn't been cleaned, I'm never going to do that. So I always try to keep on top of my brushes. When I've done a event or done someone's makeup or wedding or things like that, when I get back, I try to clean my brushes there and then, or the following day if I can. I want them clean and dry as soon as possible, really. When it comes to brushes, you're going to use like an antibacterial soap or antibacterial shampoo to make sure they're properly clean, and I do this under warm water. I would say if you can I know it can be expensive, but if you can build up your brush collection, even if it's about 6 people, if you do have enough, so if you do a big group of people, they've all got their own individual brushes, I 100% recommend that. Along with brushes, you want to make sure you keep your tools clean, so this can be tweezers, scissors, eyelash curlers, things like that. So you do want to make sure that all of your tools are clean as well. You want to make sure that you're using an alcohol spray and even alcohol wipes after. You want to be as clean as possible. You can't overdo it. So always use a bit of alcohol or antibacterial. That's the way to go. So once you have your tools and brushes all clean, they're ready to use on your clients. Another thing that is very important, you want your products to be clean. So you never want to get a lipstick and just directly pop it on someone a bit like this. You never want to do that. That's going to be very unsanitized. So what I've done is I've popped all of my lipsticks in a palette, and then I also have a little spatula and then a metal palette that I can dispense it onto and then apply it onto the client. So I recommend this for cream products. It just means you can scrape it out a lot easier. I do keep this clean by always going in with a clean disinfected spatula, using it on the palette and going onto the client, never dipping my brush straight in to the palette, so nothing is ever cross-contaminated. That's the main thing. You don't want anything cross-contaminated. And then the same can be for things that are like a cream product, so like lip pencils. You want to give them a spray, a sharpen, and then another spray, just to make sure they are very, very sanitized. Sometimes I also just go over with a tissue, give it a proper wipe. I go overboard with my cleaning, but it's better to be that way. So for cream products, you are always going to sort of scoop out and use on the palette, no cross-contamination. It is slightly different for your powder products, so obviously if you were to scoop them out, they crumble and they get everywhere and it gets a bit messy and it's hard to get right. So with your powder, you can go in with the brush, but again, you always want to spray it down with alcohol after each client to keep it clean and let it dry. I normally say for about a minute or 2. And with the alcohol you use, it's important that when you're spraying it on, you want to make sure that it is 70% alcohol. If you are going to use 90% alcohol, which you think, oh, it might be stronger, it will be better, it isn't, because the alcohol content is so much higher, it evaporates quicker and it doesn't actually clean the product. This is why you want to use 70%. It's still high enough to clean the product, but it stays on, so it does a better clean than actually a 90% would do. And again, like I said before, between each client I sort of have them set out and then I give them a spray afterwards, so they are going to be clean between each client. And then again at the end of the day, when I clean my brushes, spray down all my palettes as well, and I also give them a bit of a wipe over with some alcohol wipes just for that extra cleanliness. So finally, when it comes to keeping clean and being sanitised, the main thing that I cannot stress enough is to use disposables, specifically disposable mascara wands. I have seen like videos of makeup artists go straight in with a mascara, and because it's a cream and a liquid sort of product, it holds so much more bacteria than any other product would be. It's getting trapped in a tube. So you always want to use a disposable mascara wand with all clients. It is also important to remember not to double dip back in. So if I'm doing a client's eye and I go in with a mascara wand, I take out the wand it comes with, put my disposable in, go in on the client, and then I need to do the other eye. So I get that mascara wand I've used, I throw it in the bin, and then I get another fresh one and I go in with the other eye. The same you can look at with things like your lip disposables. There's disposables for everything, so you just want to be aware of how you're using them. When they have been used, obviously they're not called a disposable for no reason. You got to bin them. They've been used, bin them, don't clean them. Especially with things like sponges. I always find that if you are going to use a sponge on a client, don't clean it and reuse it. I just don't think you can clean it like you can clean a brush. I use just little basic sort of triangular sponges. It can be good for things like under the eye for a bit of powder, but once it has been used on that client, bin it. You don't need it, just buy another one. Just buy some more. They're not expensive and it protects yourself and it protects the client. Bin the disposables, you don't need to reuse them. So they are a few sort of tips that I would recommend for when you are doing makeup on your client, or if you are watching this as someone that is planning to get their makeup done. These are things that you want to make sure your makeup artist is doing. So when it comes to it, as a client, it's going to protect you. It's going to prevent any sort of infections or cross-contamination. It is going to protect you, but also as a makeup artist it will protect you as well. So it's going to protect your name, it's going to protect your image, and then it's going to protect your clients. It will help you to get returning clients because they know that you're being clean, they know that you're being safe. So this is just a quick video just to sort of go over why you should be clean. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and if you'd like to see any more videos, let me know what you'd like to see. Thank you again for watching, and bye bye.